Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Hey! 53 at the mic.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Down to the 25. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Set. Ready. Check 53. That's right, baby. Express. Gun. Check 53. Come on, D.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And Wilson has it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Express. 20.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Great.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll run it here with Hunt. And they'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I can't believe they even let you play. Gun. 53.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try the air now with Newton. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
53. Mike, 53.
To throw on third down. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
We play to win. Let's
The
go.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard
Sit
line.
down. Check this.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting. Check. 59. I got him.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Going right side here, and that's complete. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Check 26. Hatchet. Tighten up.
Now Chubb. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bradley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wentz. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, and he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Let's go, D. 20.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Great.
Back to throw, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
46 down, man. 5-4.
Throwing now is Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Check 53. Set the tone, defense. Set the move. Stop. Check 50.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
8. 47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check.
This is Mostert. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Mike. Exit. Express. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 2.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now wins. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. Chubb. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second down, 6. At the Bucs 30-yard line.
Switch. From the 30 on second down, Wentz. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Bang, 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 bang.
57.
Slam.
Two jet.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Check 53's Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Express.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
On second and 9, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got one. Hey! 53 at the mic. Let's go.
Third and long. It's Newton. Going to look deep for Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
3 down.
5-7.
57.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Wentz now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down Seahawks. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On the carry, it's Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Gun.
53 check.
To throw is Newton. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Give him 30 yards there. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. A quick throw there out to Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
The Seahawks 9-yard line.
Set. 388.
Come on, the ball. Check 37.
They run with Hunt. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is
and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kareem Hunt, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the ground, it's Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wentz to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Wentz going to throw. He's got his tight end fan. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A toss play to Chubb, and he loses the football a second time, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Dexter Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Great.
53, Mike. I got it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got room to run past the 20. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, Zoo.
To throw is Wentz. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Bucs on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Gun.
53 is the mark. Oh, yeah.
Out of the gun. Newton. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They would try to go to Brown once again, and it's 2nd down.
'58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Watch the out.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Call it a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Open man is Darius Fountain. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center. You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off? Not yet. Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing his Wentz towards the end zone for Brown. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
35-yard line.
Here we go. 120.
Watch the slant.
Now Wentz again. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it? No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check three.
Let's find 7.
59 is mark, 59.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. Mike, check. 59. Hey, defense, let's go. Check.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
20.
Mike, 53.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Throwing now is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. That's out to Chubb, complete. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Waiting.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, he gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Tampa Bay, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you.